All right, welcome back to another exciting episode. My name is Phil, aka JC7. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fallout Queen, the community built character that we're doing a solo self-funded run with, and I'm sharing the details along the way. So when we left, I had bought this enhancement booster for 5 merits, posted it for 1 million. It has sold, so we'll add that 1 million to our bank minus some fees. And that will give her some money that she needs to carry her through a little bit longer. We are usually, what I tend to do here at this point is hopefully this is enough to get me by until I can get this reward merits up to 100, and I'll show you why when we get there. But if we need another million to get us through, we can always do another booster, but that might be enough money to kind of sail us through. Now we're gonna do another story arc here, probably another Twinshot maybe. Oh boy, here we go. Ugh. Alright, big leagues, the new digs. Looks like we're in the big leagues now, Fallout Queen. With you landing us this gig as Manticore's little goon squad, we might actually get our chance to up at bat. No more sitting on the bench, patrolling back alleys and rooftops for the usual rabble, you know? However, if you're going to hit a home run, we've got to make sure our bases are loaded, right? Okay, I'm so totally over these baseball metaphors. Are you ready to get down to business? Sounds good. What do you have in mind? We're official now, but we're still not ready for prime time. I'm the only one of us that has any formal training in this kind of thing. Maybe Grimm has some of those trials he went through. And Patron was the survivor of his timeline he comes from. And I have no idea about what Dillo's people taught him. Okay, so I guess I'm just talking about Flambeau here. But hey, that's not the point. Why don't I just cut to the chase? Patrons is working on his ongoing research, but I think he might have some time to help you out with some of your enhancements. Why don't you stop by our new place and see if you can give him a hand? It would do a lot for him to get away from those screens for a bit, too. I want them all to die, I'm not gonna lie. I want them all to die. Alright, why must I torture myself? I think you guys tortured me. I think one of you guys chose this and you're like, Phil, you need to do this story arc, and I think now I'm just kind of being tortured here. I really do think it's funny how we ended up with a character that looks like she could fit in on Fallout. I wonder if you guys did that on purpose. I do need to get her travel powers at some point. Let's see. So we have the level 12 and the level 14 level up. So if I don't get it at level 12, I'll pick it up at level 14. We'll see what powers are available there. I really do hate kind of slumming it around towns with a jetpack here and there. I know some people get by with just jetpack, but not me. The new place is already looking much better than Proton's old lab. He should be somewhere in the lab tinkering away with all new things that are fun and excite. Oh, well. Huh. Let's use this over here. Proton's image appears on the monitor. A look of concern etched deeply on his face as he works furiously at various knobs and dials. Now you're tampering with security systems as well. Breaking and entering is still considered illegal, even in this time, ruffians. Once my tests are done, I shall personally deal. Proton looks away from his instruments and focuses his sights on the monitor. Oh, Fallout Queen, it's you. You showed up just in time. What's going on here, Proton? It seems we have some uninvited guests who appear to have been rather curious as to who their new neighbors were. Were it not for the fact that I was in the middle of some very important tests at this very moment, I would deal with them immediately. If you'd be so kind as to escort our unwelcome visitors from... Proton quickly looks up towards a gauge out of sight of the display. They've interrupted the algorithm with their tampering. Okay, plan B. I'm going to need you to bring down the relays entirely. In other words, I need you to destroy them. Once they're destroyed, they'll send one final string sequence that I can recombine into usable data. Unfortunately, this also means we've only got one chance, so we've got to do this fast. What do you need me to do? The string relays are sturdy, but your attack should be sufficient to destroy them. Give me a moment. There. I've hooked into the spectrum monitors to analyze your destructive potential. Follow Queen. Have you been using enhancements to boost your abilities? Of course. That explains it. The energy readings on your abilities are very near optimal. Your attack should be more than sufficient to destroy the string relays and then some. It's reassuring to know that someone like you has our backs. Thank you. I'll get to those ASAP. Oh, and one last thing. This should go without saying, but if you encounter any of those skull hooligans while you're working on the relays, please remove them from base. They've caused enough havoc as it is. Proton glances over another screen and turns back to you. In fact, some of them appear to be approaching your location now while you're trying to read the thing and do the thing and everything else. Can I not hit him? Oh, that's my storm cell power. We do like storm cell. Okay. Alright, so I don't know if I'm supposed to get every single one of these guys, but it probably wouldn't hurt. Let me just remind myself what accelerate metabolism does exactly. 20% strength to all damage for 2 minutes while it's lasting. Some resistance to immobilize, hold, sleep, stuns. A lot of resistance, actually. Okay. And 30% recovery for a couple of minutes. Very nice, very nice. Alright. We seem to have this thing again where people are higher level than me. That can be a bit disappointing. Makes them definitely harder to hit. Now, without putting the radiation infection on them, I have an 82% chance to hit them. If I turn it on, it lowers their defenses, and it brings me up to a 95% chance to hit. Back with you. The problem is, remember to turn that that radiation infection off before you move on to the next group. Oops, turn it back on. Kick her back into her friend if we can. We can put down another storm cell. Yeah, I can tank this like a champ because their chances to hit me with that radiation is so low, it's not even funny. You can kind of see it there in the chat what their chances are to hit me. Whoa, did I say 72% chance to hit? Oh, that's my 72% chance to hit. And Storm Cell definitely pops a lot more often now, so it's easier to get out there. Well, there are a lot of these guys around. Did we turn this to ×2? No, there's just a lot of guys. Yeah. Just guys dying left and right. It's fine. back over here, boys. Don't let me stop you from coming over here and having all the fun right inside the storm cell. Boom shakalaka. Wow, there are a whole bunch of these guys in here. These look like the relays that I need. Back with you, back to the storm cell. Oh, wow, she is really doing a good job of melting these guys before they can even get to her. Could definitely try ×2 on this one, maybe. Not exactly doing a ton of AoE damage, but but we are definitely doing our fair share of something. Between the lightning bolts and everything else, they're going down so quick. Oh, that poor person right there. I'm not even aiming at him, and he's getting hit by lightning. Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Now, you guys chose really good with this power set combination. This is some sick stuff right here. Oh, good grief. How big is this place? Really big, Phil. Really big. And I don't have any stealth on this character, do I? I need to buy a stealth thingy. Alright. Oh, and I got some hits in on there. It's not very nice. I might actually have to use my healing power for once. It's really interesting because even if I do manage to get hit, there's a healing power packed inside, so... Go ahead and lower the hit on that one right there. See, that one's hitting me a lot because I didn't get a debuff on him. That's the thing. It's a very powerful debuff to their hit and to their defense, but it is got limited AoE, and it does have a little bit of a cooldown. I'm gonna see if I can whip around and just see if there's a big microscope looking thing around here anywhere. Somehow I doubt it. It might be on the 3rd floor. Oh, it might be just right up there is where it might be. I might have already alerted them to my presence though. There we are. Might as well kill all these guys on my way over there. Oops, that ended poorly for him. Make that one harder to hit me. How come I can't? There we go. I'll say what I have to do to get a hold of them there. Yeah, that storm cell does a lot more heavy lifting than I recall it doing in the past. If you wonder, I'm just slowly killing this transform relay because for whatever reason I keep missing it. Maybe I need to hit it with the radiation so I can have a better hit. I didn't know it had a defense chance there. It says my last hit chance is 72%. Alright, intercept the gang leader. Now, let's see, it's a great shame to have lost those relays, but at this point it's the only way. In just a moment, I should be able to see if... Yes, I got it. With this data, I think I have a way to prevent the Shivians from awakening further. Still, I am suspicious of the timing of this break-in. Someone may want it to prevent my research to come to fruition. Watch out, looks like the leader of the group is looking to escape. Track down and apprehend that goon so I can question him later. Now, I don't know if that means he's a spawn-in who's going to come right after me, or probably a leader at the end I just need to get. I'm gonna... Oh, it's a boss. You don't see those too often. Well, let's see an inspiration or two here. Well, he didn't push back too far, did he? Even the bosses are having a hard time keeping up in the storm cell. I like all the rain effects too. It's very nice. I'll give up, okay? Look, I'll tell you everything. What do you know about the Shivans? The what? I don't know what you're talking about, man. We were just here to grab some of your electronics and sell them off to those freak show guys. So the freak show's behind this? Behind what? We were chasing your joint when you were moving in and saw the machines, man. Ain't nothing more than that. Wait, oh yeah, behind it. The Skull Gang's member's face gets very sly as if he's trying to pull one over on you. Those freak shows were totally behind this, man. They brainwashed us into doing this. We were all like, no, we law-abiding citizens. And they used a mind control device, made us break into the place. Really? They mind controlled you, did they? The Skull looks up and around as Proton speaks over the intercom, his face becoming more worried looking. It's no use, fellow Queen. I'm monitoring his heart palpitations. It appeared that he's lying through his teeth. However, he was telling the truth about breaking and entering. Ultimately, I don't think he knows anything. I've tapped into a teleport system and will be sending him straight to the local police station. In the meantime, I'm going to start working on a plan to prevent the Shivans from awakening further. Thank you for your help. And you may want to inform Twinshot that her security detail wasn't as tight as she thought it would be. You heard the man, off to jail with you. No, I can't go back, man. I'm still on parole. Alright. Let's see. Proton just sent me word. This is a Twinshot. Proton just sent me word about how you were there just in time to help him. I'm going to find out exactly what those skulls knew, when exactly to break into the place. I'm pretty sure that won't happen again, but it's best if I made absolutely certain we don't have a repeat of today. Big leagues, follow the trail. I haven't found any evidence pointing to how the Skulls knew exactly when to break in. The police have questioned their leader of the gang, and they claimed that the word on the street was that we were moving into our new dig, so that's why we were targeted. But that would mean someone might be bugging us. I've let Manticore know it, but he thinks it'd be a good test of our skills to track down the source of the problem. So I've got Dillo with his alien science and Gim with his, well, dog-like nose working on it right now. Where can I find him? I like to lead a hand. That might be a good idea. I'll track down Flambeau and get her to help out. She went running off to some plan in mind to get the TV news to do a story on what happened, with her being our spokesperson, of course. While you're helping out Dillo and Gurm, I'm going to go try and stop a PR nightmare from happening, okay? where am I going? Oh my gosh, I'm going all the way to like Timbuktu over here. Oh boy. This is a bit of a run. 1 mile run. Did I ever get the... Oh, I don't know if I ever got the mission teleporter. I probably should just buy the mission teleporter. And I'm debating whether or not I should bend my solo self-funding rules for quality of life for mission teleporter and group mission teleporter. Mission teleporter is 1 million, and that will get you to any mission. Oh, there's mission teleporter right there. I did get it already. Aha. Well, now I'm already halfway there. Definitely with some of these hero missions, they will have you wandering all over the place, so you definitely want to make it a point to have all of your teleporters there. But the team mission teleporter is 10 million. Now, that can normally take your whole team over, but if you're playing solo, it's just a very expensive second mission teleporter. Between the two, that means you could have something going every 15 minutes and whatnot. So, it does cost 10 million, however, which I won't have on this character for a while. If I don't borrow it from, you know. Basically, do I want to relax my rules so that somebody buys her a convenience item, essentially? One of my other characters buy her a convenience item. Herb, it is Fallout Queen who has come to make sound at me again. I am bubbled because of this. Twinshot says you could lose a hand. The Twinshot has made wrong thought and said this to you wrong. Dillo has enough hands to keep his body symmetrical. Ha 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 ha. I am Dillo that makes the air sounds of thanking to Fallout Queen. Please keep your hands. You may need them. Aha. I'm here to help. Aha and ahaha. The Dillo comprehends greater now. Yes, yes. This Dillo will take the offering. I'm confronting the Skullmen who are at the base. These Skullmen may have parts on them that can be used with what you Earthlings say, the science. Look, you can see for yourself. You will go out and defeat the Skullmen. They may not have salvageable on them. They may not. They may have the salvageables. Salvages can be used at your university to make mechanization, or as you Earthling Saints, the inventions. Your university overseer adjuncts can tell you more. Oh, you say professors. Fight the skulls and go to the university. Yes, the Gurm can be given your hands at the university as well, etc. Then find Gurm. Got it. I hate to say, like, if they really want players to learn new systems, then maybe they shouldn't make this guy a person you ever talk to, because he's very confusing. Now, the problem here is they want me to defeat skulls, and everything's much higher level than me. So that is going to make things a little difficult. I'll give it the old college try, but I might get sent to the hospital over this. We just got a few minions over here. We got a lot of minions over here, and they're all purple. So, yeah, that doesn't seem like a great idea. Even if I debuff them with 25% to hit, that just makes them closer to being maybe +1s, +2s, and there's 4 of them. I have no other defenses other than knocking them down once in a while. That doesn't sound like a very smart idea. These are some oranges. I might be able to handle some oranges with radiation and storm summoning. Gonna find out. Gonna kite a little bit, that's for sure. Those weren't all skulls? Oh, there's Lost mixed in there. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? Yeah, this build is so good though that we can definitely handle the oranges. We can do it, we can do it. Can we kick their butts? Yes, we can. I feel like that's a Bob the Builder song. Can we kick their butts? Yes. Yes, we can. Alright, not doing too shabby there. We have a lieutenant there. A whole bunch of those guys. That's probably a bit much. This looks like a bit much. Oh well, we could probably do this. Probably. Now I don't want them having to run too far to me because I don't want to split them up too much. I want to keep them kind of radiated together if possible. But you can see they're really not. That was four oranges there, and oof, no problem for this radiation queen. That's insane how good that is. I definitely could use a nerf. Boy, you could cut the bonus on that in half and it would still be good. You want to be close to me, sister? Then you get the lightning bolt. Wait, I want to finish you off. That finished. I did not finish him off. That finished him off. Okay. Yeah, corruptors are usually pretty good about finishing things off. Now, we need to go to the tram. So we'll head to the monorail here to get the next thing. One of the really cool cartoons of the 90s was Static Shock, which was about a black young man, superhero, teenager type of deal. And I believed in some of the iterations he had his hair kind of done in a similar fashion to this. So with all the lightning hitting her here and there, she's running, it kind of reminds me of that. Actually, why is the lightning hitting her for damage? What is it? Huh. I'm probably just getting hit by sprockets here and there. So. Evil sprockets. Go to... Oh, I'm supposed to go to university in Steel Canyon. Steel Canyon. I believe that's in the south. I used to do inventions there quite a bit back in the day when I was learning things. Now, interestingly enough, it doesn't mark it on my map. There is a button on the map for the university, so it isn't too hard to figure out. I've been here enough times to know that it's just right over here. I'm supposed to talk to Gurney Boy. It is good to land my gaze upon your visage, Fala Queen. You have the scent of the alien one, a mixture of unwashed human and cheap powder makeup. Your quest has taken you far today, has it not? I guess it has. Dilla suggested you could use some help. And the alien's one scent confuses me. Much is guarded by that self-appointed warden of our realm. Though his motives may be suspect, his actions appear to be well guided. I am glad he had directed you to seek me out. By following various scents, I believe that the trail of the mysterious malefactor has come to a conclusion. It would seem a neighboring lord who styles himself as a great regent may perhaps be behind all the shenanigans. Who is this lord? He bears the title of the Clockwork King. I have found the remaining possession in their hands. I believed it was his minions that acted as fence, and the band of skulls as their cut purses. Fear not, for there is still justice that can be brought to the king's peons. I shall hunt down these workers to the Clockwork King and prevent the apparati of our futuristic companion from reaching the Foul One's hands. If you're saying we should stop the Clockwork King, I'm with you. Very good, Fallout Queen. Let us part ways for the moment, passing and seek out... Let us part ways for the moment's passing and seek out the Clockwork King's minions and dismiss them from his services. I am off. Destroy 10 clockwork. On the rooftops. On the rooftops of the buildings, you will find the clockwork. Which, yeah, a lot of these hero missions love to have you go out and do these hunts. And it's a constant sort of frustration for players. This would be a lot different if the game made it clear where it wants you to go. Also, it probably doesn't help that a lot of times these things are pretty far away. Like, they'll want you to hunt something in a different zone, which is never super fun. So it is definitely a problem. But Clockwork Knight, oh goodness gracious, well, this ought to be fun. Clockwork Knight over here usually isn't too big of a problem to find on these rooftops here. What I need now is like the whirlpool to slow them down or something while I'm beating them up. Oh goodness. Oh no, he has slept me. Yeah, this little boss or lieutenant is a little tough because of his lieutenant status there. Let's take a knee here and recharge our health. All right. Let's see if we can find a couple more here. Here, clockwork, clockwork, clockwork. Oh, good grief. Level 16, I'm level 10. Ah, good grief. Can you say, no? I could wait for these to respawn, I suppose. Two level 16 minions. Yeah, why not? It's only two of them. How hard could it be? No, it can be very hard. Yeah, I'm not making a dent in them, am I? Yeah, no. 16 is definitely pushing it too much. I probably shouldn't have rushed on the Twinshot so quickly. It says level 10 in the thing, but so that the instance missions have some give to them, I think. They kind of revolve the level around you, at least to some extent. What is this? Some level 10s right here? That's really weird. The level range is like a 6 range level thingy. That's weird. Okay. One more left. I just have to kill one more clockwork. And why are we beating up 10 clockwork in the street? Is that to thin their numbers or something? I don't know. I really just need to kill this one right there. There we go. Alright. And don't need to stay and fight that last one there. Hey, you're back. Looks like all of our searches turned up nothing. Proton has a backup plan, though. Well, like the guy always does. If we can't find the guy or gal who came back in time to screw around with the Shivan attack, then we're just going to have to change it back, right? Ask about available missions. Big leagues, one man's treasure. So we may have a problem. Proton needs some of the devices that were stolen from him, and it seems like the Clockwork King might be the one who still has them. You're going to need to break into one of his warehouses and steal everything back. You'll be walking straight into enemy territory. So I decided to assign you a partner. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get a hold of Garum, and Dillo is helping Proton with his work, so... Ooh, fantastic. Come on, don't be like that, kiddo. Flambeau is a hothead, sure. And she might be a little spacey at times, but she's got power enough to spare. Keep her on the right track, and I'm sure she'll be able to help out if things get rough. I've asked for her to wait you out for you outside the warehouse, but knowing her, well, let's just say the quicker you get there, the better. Well, we better get there right away. Kinda knew that was gonna happen. Kablooey kablooey. This looks like the place. Now you just have to find Flambeau. And of course she's not waiting near where she's supposed to be at. Sprockets, at least they're my level. Always nice attacking things your level. The cute little sprockets here and there and everywhere. Oh, let's see what the layout of this place is like. Oh goodness, well there's a Flambeau, but there's a whole bunch of sprockets between me and her. Oh, well, that's very nice. Nothing like crispy fried machines. Ugh. Missed. No. Even with 115% to hit bonus, whatever the hell that means. Well, we know that you always have a 5% miss chance, as the game constantly reminds you. Honestly, I would like to see, like, something that, you know, if if you get your, you know, to hit really high, that 95, 96 goes to 96, 97 hit chance, and slowly you get some diminishing returns, but yeah, that boss is kicking my butt. But I did just put the enhancement or the irradiation on him, so he should hit a lot less now. It'd be a lot easier to hit, and that's what happens when you do that. It might need me to kill everyone around her before it'll recognize my... recognize that we're pals. There we go. You mess with Flyer, you get the flame. Oh, hey, Fallout Queen, I totally didn't see you. Uh-huh. Hey, Fallout Queen, thanks for dealing with those clockwork. I had it covered, but I figured you'd want to feel like you're helping. Thanks for thinking about me, Flambeau. You're welcome, sweetie. So Proton stuff should be here somewhere. All we need to do is find the crate that's labeled Table Sizing Feelers. Sounds kinky, eh? And then we get out here. Simple as that. That does sound simple. My family doesn't call me simple for nothing. Don't worry, this will be totally easy. What could possibly go wrong? That's what I'm afraid of. This little guy can't be hit. Yeah, I knew it was probably too much to hope that was the box. It's also too much to hope that Flambeau is going to walk right by that cog. Open up the box, see what's inside. Are we the lucky winner? No. Probably past those guys all the way at the end. Find the quartermaster and retrieve the power core. Because you're missing the power core that he's looking for. Oh, goodness gracious. How did you pop up right behind us? And before my power has recharged, of course. Let's put a little radiation. Where did Flambeau go? Flambeau, do you think you could, I don't know, help me with the boss guy here? Maybe, just maybe. Whew, that was messy. Oh, this ain't good. I know. I'll get some help from Proton or Twinshot. You handle all these guys and I'll be back with the cavalry. Okay. Oh, we've got another dude up here. 3, 2, 1. This little gear over here running around, little pain in the butt. Yeah, these bosses are a little bit less intimidating once they get the radiation put on them. Let's see here. He had a 12% chance to hit. That's pretty low. Alright, a couple of bosses knocked out there. Those are always good for some XP. That's okay, we're not fighting his leftover gears. Flambeau just got here yammering about how you needed help. Garum, however, spotted you leaving the building before she even made it here. Seems like he was on hand to make sure you made it through this one intact. Next time you see him, tell that Wolfman that he's definitely okay in my books. I'll let Flambeau know that she needs to up her game or else. Ask about available missions. Big League Study Group. Listen up, kiddo. Remember those meteors that the Shivans were dropping from on the day they attacked? Well, according to Proton, those things are going to be the key to stopping them from coming back and one day destroying the whole Earth. Seems the stabilizer field that can be reverse engineered to cause inversion inside the meteors to do something really technical that I have no idea what the guy was going on about. All I know is that we've got a big day coming up and we're going to need to be ready for it in case something goes wrong. Because nothing can ever be easy for us, right? So are you with me to get ourselves prepared? Sure, what do you have in mind? Proton's going to need combat data from us to make sure we work better together as a cohesive team. Even though there are only a few of us, we're still a supergroup in our own right, and we need to start fighting that way. That is where Manicore comes in. Our sugar daddy has offered us the use of his place for testing purposes. Simi has some holographic simulation test projectors that his buddy Positron made for him a while back. Positron has set up some combat routines for all of us to run through. We've already completed the test, so that just leaves you. You'll be the one taking, I'll be the one taking down the data for your test. So quick yapping and get over to the mansion. Cool? Alright, so for this you want me to board the transit. And of course I'm like in between the two transits here. I mean, I guess I could train with Valkyrie while I'm here. Let's do that. Get a couple more slots. Don't know what I'll get them in. We'll get them in something. Alright, so what do we want? Let's see. Enhance. This is yeah, you can't really enhance the good parts of that. Radiation infection is what's making it hard for enemies to hit us and lowering their defense. Now I could enhance those aspects of it further, but I think it's already doing really, really great. I think I'm going to get diminishing returns unless I'm purposely going after purples and reds. And stuff. I think I'm kind of at a point where I'm doing pretty good on that. Radiant Aura is my heal. I don't have much of a stamina issue, so we're going to use Storm Cell. Storm Cell. And how much damage does Jetstream do? So Jetstream, not exactly super damaging. And I can't tell. Well, Hailstorms is really good. Storm Cell is really good. What can I enhance Storm Cell with? Let's see. All of these are normal accuracy. And accuracy isn't much of an issue while they're irradiated. Recharge speed is not too much of an issue. Yeah, I mean, I could throw another damage into it and have it do even more damage as it's knocking people over. Hailstones also does some good damage as well. It says 19,000 damage, but that's some weird calculation it does based on potential lightning bolts in the area and what have you. I mean, I do kind of like this a lot, but... Or I could do Jetstream a little more often and keep blowing them back more often. It's only a 10-second cooldown. Doesn't do a metric ton of damage, but... Only while High Winds is active. High Winds... Wonder what that high winds thing is about. Grants power storm cell high winds, hailstones. Wow. Interesting, interesting. A lot of different moving pieces going together here. Guess I'll throw another one in there. So I suppose you have somebody nearby who sells these things. Merit vendor. Just a regular vendor, like a sell everything vendor. No sell everything vendor here. Science store. What am I? I think I'm a mutant. Merit vendor, tech store. Mutant store. I could try the mutant store. I think this character's a mutant. It's on the way to the tram anyways. You gotta walk before you can fly, I guess. Wow, that's a big group of them. No, the cat's meowing into the microphone. That's cute. Gosh, it's been forever since I've been in this store. Now, are these the good bonuses, I hope? Wow, I am sitting on all these. I forgot. I don't know if I can use any of the ones I picked up. Generally speaking, the answer is no. Mutation and magic. DOs. Nobody likes DOs. Just sell everything here. Sell these recipes here while I'm at it. Alright, so what do you got for me in terms of damages? Let's see here. Yeah, we can put that in Storm Cell. Makes those lightning bolts jump up a bit. Yeah, normally I would put an accuracy in there. But, yeah, the radiation makes accuracy kind of pointless. Yeah, but there is a little bit of an argument of like sometimes I don't have the that stuff up, but yeah, we're gonna go from 51 damage to 60 damage, so yeah, we'll go ahead and put that in there. Should be some nice storm bolts now. So we need to board a transit. Board the transit for Manticore's mansion. Nothing could ever go wrong in here. You're back at Manticore's mansion. He seems to have cleaned up the place since you last were here. Let's try not to break anything this time, shall we? Okay, I'm getting feed now, Follow Queen. I'm down here in the lab recording everything. The first test will be you encountering a group of holograms that look like a group of mooks that you'll find working for the family. These guys are throwbacks to back when Paragon was ran by gangsters. Unfortunately, you'll find that they don't want to let go of the past, eh? They'll be waiting for you in the display room up the stairs. Boy, he probably doesn't want one of those lightning bolts to hit him, because those are new improved lightning bolts. Oh, just die. Good work, Fallout Queen. I was able to get all that. You know, Manticore's got some nice hardware lining his place. Must be nice having a supergroup base all to yourself. Most time bases like these are shared. I tell you what, if all of us break up, I'm joining a supergroup that's loaded with teleporters and all that kind of jazz. Wow, total tangent there. Okay, next up will be some trolls. These guys are strung out on Serpentine, making them all look like television bodybuilders or something. If you don't know what that stuff is, all the better for you. Ooh, that hurt him more than it hurt me. Okay, we're done with the upper floor. Head downstairs to find the observation terminal in the council chamber. I'll be right in front of you when you get to lower level. Go ahead and flip it so I can keep gathering your combat data. And while you're there, count your lucky stars that you're one of the few that's allowed to actually see that place. Not just anyone gets to hang out in the chamber where the Freedom Phalanx hold their meetings. Or plays pen and paper role-playing games, or whatever they do down there. Pen and paper role-playing games actually sounds pretty funny. Maybe you can power up the terminal. Pretty snazzy in that council room, eh? The last group I worked on had a really nice lounge. I guess when you have your own base, you can pick whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to need you to head towards the lab now. Along the way, you'll hit some Vasilok meat puppets. The leader, Dr. Vasilok, makes Dr. Frankenstein look like a pediatrician. Hop to it, Fallout Queen. Pediatrician. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, that storm does some nice damage. This may look like a regular street thugs, but watch yourself. These punks have elemental weapons that will knock you off your feet if you're not careful. It's a shame these guys chose to mess with Paragon instead of trying to help. Some of the outcasts have some hero potential, but they need to pull a full 180 first, you know? If you know, you know. Ooh, well, that hurt him more than it hurt me. So what I've noticed while I'm sitting here working through these guys is there definitely is some, some tribalism in these games. What's interesting is, so first off, as most of you have been following me know, you've got like the people who don't like the fact that I play solo. Oh, here we go. These guys are like holdout. We're just about done. Now we have some guys in the council. They're like holdouts in World War II. Some of the super soldiers that infiltrated Paragon, and they've been causing trouble ever since. They also made some deals with some bad aliens, so watch out. Sure. Anyway, so when I first started doing this channel, I had a whole bunch of people who were like, "Oh, you're telling them the wrong way." I mean, people want to do big groups and they want to get to the end game and stuff. And I had to you know, well, I didn't have to, but I argue with a lot of those people, and eventually they got the message, they buggered off, or I banned them, or whatever the case, you know, may be. Lately, what's really funny is you get the people who are like, I can't believe you click on buttons at the bottom. You should be using short keys and stuff. What do you think about short keys? Oh, what does he say here? Okay, the last one, then you get to go home. You have to fight some old Clockwork buddies again. You know what? I'm canceling this one since you've already fought them enough. Give me a second. I'm closing down this program. What the bing? Oh, looks like they got kind of crazy here. That's okay. We can easily handle these guys. Oh, you know, I said that, and then he hit me with the particle blast there. Everything's all fun and games till I hit you with a particle blast. Wow, he actually hurts. We're gonna have to. He's kind of accurate. We're gonna have to use the heals up here. There we go. So, kiddo, we should talk. Looks like Positron had some kind of glitch in software. I tried shutting down the Clockwork program, but these things showed up instead. Who knows how this stuff is supposed to work, right? Why haven't they deinitialized? I don't know. Could be a bug or something. I'll let the AEKs figure it out. For now, we're done. Why don't we head out of here and get some fresh city air? You know, the kind where you can just taste the smog and almost swish it around your mouth. Real air. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I have to say, I really like your attitude, kid. Much better than my old squad. Why don't you meet me back at King's? Cool? Cool. Anyway, so now it's, so people say, I can't believe you click the buttons at the bottom. Da, 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 da. And it's like, you know what? When I've watched people play their games or stream or whatever have you, I've never once given a whole lot of thought to whether they click the buttons at the bottom of MMO or they use hotkeys. And even if I did, and even if it was different than what I'm used to doing, it would never occur to me to write a comment on their forums like, hey, you're doing it kind of wrong. Really, technically, I think you'd get in more actions per minute if you did this way. It would have never occurred to me. Ever. All right, let's call up Twinshot. Well, I've got to say, Proton's given Proton all the data, and he's looking relieved. He says he's calculating success probabilities and all that. I asked him what would happen if he just ran in there shouting our names. He'll say that he'll just look horrified. Now all we need to do is wait and get the go-ahead from the old egghead. Then we'll bring the fight to the Shivans. Big League's uninvited guest. Okay, this is it. We're going to get all the field stabilizers in place and destroy these Shivan meteors once and for all. Even though Galaxy City's being rebuilt, there's still a small section where the meteors were too volatile to transport, and that's where we're going to hit them where it hurts. I don't know the details, but whatever it is, it'll be big enough to send shockwaves back to wherever those Shivans came from. The whole team is there. Are you ready to do this? You can count on me. Manticore has the place cornered off, so we shouldn't be bothered by any street gangs who get too curious for their own good. The plan is for us to set down these devices as close to the meteors as possible and let them do their magic. Actually, the opposite of their magic, to be more precise. I'm not expecting this to be a walk in the park, but after watching you fight, I'm pretty sure we can handle whatever pops up. I'll meet you there, kiddo. I really don't like that she calls me kiddo. Not gonna lie. This one's in Steel Canyon. Well, I'm right by the train, so I guess I'll just take the train to Steel Canyon there. Oh, I am in Steel Canyon. Duh. But it's closer this way, okay. Anyways, it never occurs to me to tell other people how to play their game in such a forceful way, I guess, or in a way that's sarcastic or whatever it is that these guys come up with. Now, I do get suggestions from people from time to time. It's kind of interesting, some of those suggestions are kind of welcome or things that I legitimately didn't know. Some of those things are things that get on my nerves. I don't want to say no backseating or no suggestions ever, because then I would miss the good stuff with the bad stuff, right? I would miss the really hot tips that I do find pretty useful from time to time, and some of the build ideas you guys have given me have been really, really great. But then some of it's overboard. Like I had one person who had sent me an email with a ton of, a ton of details and stuff, and unsolicited at that. I'm like, probably didn't need all that. But, yeah. Hey kiddo, hope you brought your game face. Are you ready to tangle with Big A? What I'm saying is, this is Fallout Queen I'm talking about. Of course you're ready. What the heck's going on? Arachno swooped into place and a full invasion force the moment we got here. There's a call out for other heroes, but by the time anyone gets here, it'll be too late to destroy these meteors. What does that mean? That means we need to get the stabilizers in place and need to do it yesterday. We're scattered all over the place so that Proton can get stabilizers in place, but it's looking like there's too many of these Arachnos to do it solo. I've got a plan though. I'm going to go hit the end of the street and place a stabilizer. I've got special forces training that'll let me get through these mobs undetected. You go to the others and gather them all together into one task force so we can get the rest of the stabilizers in place. Proton said that once placed, these babies will do their stuff and the time stream will be corrected. I have no idea how, but I'm not a brainiac here. Roger that, good buddy, whatever. I'm actually getting tired of reading this stuff. It is not exactly epic writing. I have no clue about no time stream, anything like that. I just, no, I'm lost. Just let me kill the things. Let me do the things. Let's do the things. There's Gurm. Your presence is welcome, Fallout Queen. Let us act. Yeah, I think Stormblast is definitely feeling much better now. I don't know if it was feeling bad before. I mean, my first impression from playing it just a titch in the past was it did feel like a little bit of a PETA. And this compares much better than my first impression that I had before, so there's that. Try to get a lot of that boss so I can get the juicy XP that came from him. That was half a bar right there. So yay me. Get my extra little buff here. Oh, sorry about that message right there. Let me do this real quick. Okay, place the next stabilizer field. Find the next stabilizer. Oh no, it's Mr. Bill. Where's it at? I can hear something. Oh, right there. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh no. Put the radiation on them. Put them on there quick. I guess I'm glad I have all these meat shields to help me out here. Alright, gotta find Twinshot. Twinshot's target doohickey is over there. Let's see here. Fallout Queen, go help Twinshot. No way, I'm gonna stay here with you, Prody. Besides, I bet Fallout Queen Twinshot will be fine. You need me? I can't be... You need me? I can't be a part of this. What? You need to just walk away. Not an option, soldier. I don't know, I'm kind of losing track. They're trying to put, like, text while I'm fighting things up in the corner. And it's pretty hard to follow. They're trying their best to tell some sort of story. It's just not really well done. There was an interesting conversation going on about multiplayer games versus single-player games, and one of the YouTuber who had done the video about this subject, who was on the side of single-player games, was like, show me one multiplayer game, you know, that has, I forget his exact language, but has like what do you say, like really, really great storytelling and character development and all this other jazz. And what have you. Obviously, the Old Republic kind of comes to mind. I've heard lots of good things about the story on that one. Now, I've not seen it myself, so I can only assume that the rumors are true. I want to try it at some point, but I couldn't tell you if that's really means that that's a rule for MMOs. I know World of Warcraft story isn't really great. It hasn't been in a while, and even when it was good, it was more about the Lich King than your own hero, your own character. There's no real character development for your character, even much character development with the NPCs. Keep your voice down, listen carefully. Okay, I've been keeping an eye on you, Squirt, and because of that, you're in the clear. That's why I'm about to entrust you with something very important. I need you to track down who brought those Praetorian machines out here, completely undetected until the last moment. What? Those are from Pretoria? I could have swore the first thing I said to you was to listen. Let's try this again. You're going to be my eyes and ears reporting back to me anything you find about this attack. Those weren't my guys in costumes. Those were the real thing. And let me tell you, I don't like that kind of my city. That's where you come in. But how on earth am I? You're the one who's going to find out because you're trusted, not just by me, by a number of other people. The same ones who are responsible for those clockwork appearing in the middle of Paragon City. You see, you were able to trace back the origin of the beacon that they used to get in. It seems that they were called here, invited to come in and take these meteors for whatever purposes they planned. In other words, someone called them in and told them everything. And those calls came from inside your new base. But that would mean, that's right, one of you is a traitor. Congratulations, you got 3 reward merits. So you do all of that. How long has it been? An hour? For 3 reward merits? Oh my gosh, Hero Sight is so bad at times with these missions. Big League's uninvited guest. So, I guess you caught a good chunk of my conversation with Eddie. Awkward. I knew him from way back when, kiddo. He and I went our separate ways a long time ago. It was a bit of a shock to see him again, you know? I can tell you, Galaxy was the last place I expected him to show up. Anyway, that's a good part of my past well behind me. Now, I don't, since you've known her, Twinshot's trademark grin falters. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. And leave. So, that's it. That's all there is for Twinshot and whatever have you. It looks like she's on my inactive list. I need some time to unwind, kiddo. That mission Galaxy took more out of me than I thought. Look, why don't you come back later? See when you're level 15-ish. Just give me some time. Okay, well, that is good enough for me. The good news is that I did hit level 12 in the middle of that, right? So we're going to go to Atlas. We're going to level up. And then... and then we're going to call this a session. Let me know what you think. Did you think Atlas Twinshot's story arc was really good? I honestly don't know why it only gives 3 reward merits too. It seems insane to me. Even if you rush through that would take you a while. By comparison, there's that one villain mission we do that takes 3 minutes to give us 3 reward merits. There's a hero mission I do that takes me 6 minutes that gives me 3 merits. That would take you longer than 6 minutes even in the best of days. So I'm unsure as to exactly what they were thinking. Let's see. As far as the storytelling goes, you know what I think about that. Let's see. You will gain a new power time. Okay, let's train up to a new level. Alright, so intensify greatly increases your chance to hit your attacks and damage. You channel storm powers into a direct hit. Jolting you with a bit of lightning that deals energy damage and saps some of their endurance. If fired outside of combat, it can be interrupted by enemies, but will do bonus damage. If you're engaged in combat, it becomes an instant cast. While in a storm cell, targets have a chance to be stunned. The odds of creating high winds and lightning are much greater when direct strike is cast out of combat. And the option here would be Innervating Field, which lowers enemy resistances and strength, which is pretty cool, but honestly, they don't hit me as often. So, and it's a big endurance drain. I've already kind of got... Radiation does a lot of heavy lifting already. I don't think I'm going to get diminishing returns with that. So, let's say you could lower all enemy enemy strength by 20%. So there's 1,000 points of damage incoming. You're going to lower it by 20% or 200 points, right? And whatever have you. The thing is, radiation inflections lowering their chances to hit me by 25%, which normally they only have a 50% chance to hit me. The same level mobs do. So this literally already cuts incoming damage literally in half, and then this would be another 20%. But like that's 20% of 50%, which is 10% for 0.52. Anyways, it's not something I need to get right away, and I could use another damaging power, so we're gonna go for this. I'm kind of curious how this works as well, so we'll go ahead and take direct strike. Next level, I really do need to take the fly power though. So we'll go ahead and away we go, and we'll go ahead and throw a quick... Oh, and we can go ahead and upgrade all of these to level 15s, which means we're going to hit even harder on those now because they were kind of slipping. And then we'll kind of come over here to the store, and we'll buy one more damage, and we'll go ahead and slap that bad boy into direct strike for more damage. Got a lot of enhancements just by doing that story arc. Thought I already sold these partway through too. Alright, so we are all set for now, boys and girls. Again, kind of let me know what you think in the comments below so far. I always like to hear y'all's thoughts and stuff like that. Always fascinating to hear that. I'm going to log out this character in Pocket D this time. See if I can unlock that as a travel destination. I think you have to spend like an hour in Pocket D, but I think you might have to spend it logged. I don't know. There's some trick to unlocking Pocket D as a teleportation location. And just stop there enough times, eventually I get it. Alright guys, well that is it for Fallout Queen for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, may God bless you.